What's going on? It's Greg. Greg said it. Back with our inspirational, motivational Sunday. You know, we always got that. One thing about Colorado, we always gonna have some inspiration and motivation somewhere. And in everything, you should be able to find it. I did a live earlier talking about what's going on in Colorado and some of the things that may be concerning, surprising, or whatever. But, you know, it's all part of the process, right? It's a trusted process. And it's a lot like life when you really look at it. I mean, you got coaches leaving, you got players leaving. It almost reminds you of last year when he came in and he gave the Louis speech and a lot of the guys left. Some of them had already left. Coaches knew what the writing on the wall was. He wasn't going to be keeping most of them. He maybe kept one or two, some people on the staff. And he brought his own people in like a coach typically does, right? A typical leader does with anything. He brings in people he can trust and he knows what they can do and understands his system. But when you look at the players, you know, the big concern is will they have a certain mindset that they bring in to kind of combat what you're trying to do. That's your biggest concern, is what are you going to be able to get out of those guys? And your biggest concern is, are they going to keep the same mentality and mindset that you're kind of fighting against? Colorado, I don't know much could have been done last year because nobody knew what to expect. And the way he came in, it may put some fear, maybe the tone or maybe the warning was enough to make people say, I don't want to take that risk. Let me go ahead and take advantage of this portal. Maybe they believe the grass was green on the other side. Maybe. But this group here is going to be interesting because you're starting to see some players who played last year for him leave. And a lot of them may be leaving to go with the OC, Sean Lewis. I don't even know. Some of them eventually want to try to go to Syracuse. I don't know, because a lot of these guys came in last year, so they really shouldn't be able to leave unless they are going to be grad players, or they were already there, which we see some of them there, or they're freshmen. So it's going to be interesting one way or another, because some of these guys are going to be able to leave, some of them not going to be able to leave, and what situation they're going to create when you want to leave and can't. I mean, you're not wanted, or maybe you don't want to be there. It's going to be interesting. But one thing for sure, you hear this saying, it's a saying, it's one thing that's certain in life, and that's change. Change is going to happen one way or another. Good or bad, negative or positive, change is going to happen. Change in your body, change in your beliefs, change your attitude, your experiences is going to change you. Learning new things is going to change you, exposure. But at the end of the day, change is going to happen. And it's definitely going to happen on the football field. From the simple fact that that's just the nature of the landscape. I mean, you got a portal, you got coaches getting promotions, coaches getting fired. It's going to change whether you want it to or not. In a lot of ways, hopefully, the change is happening. It is your control. So congratulations to those coaches who got a promotion, got a head coach job. Nick Williams got a defense coordinator job. Because like Coach Prime said when he left his last job at JSU, it's typically going to happen for one or two reasons. Either you getting demoted or promoted. And it's usually a positive thing when you can leave on good terms or on top than leaving on the bottom. So it's a good thing. But it's a negative thing because of all the things that come with the speculation of why. Especially we got too many eyeballs of people who it ain't really involving them. A lot of people got speculation of why these people are leaving, why these players are leaving, why these players are decommitting. Some of it may be true, some of it may be false. But in the end of it, it's all part of the process. It can all get washed over. The portal open and you get a whole bunch of guys you like and that you didn't expect. And he said, well, forget all those who left. Get another coach that you like. And it's like, that's the thing, that change. It can go either way. It can go negative, it can go positive. It can go in a way where some of those guys decide to no longer come because of the coach changes. We don't know. But what I do realize about life, living long enough, having enough experience, is that change is inevitable. You have to prepare for change, you know, and then you have to prepare for the unpreparable. Sometimes you can't prepare for stuff. Sometimes stuff is sudden. What is the sudden change in Colorado? Some of it is sudden. Some of it has been planned out. Some of it they were aware of. But you best believe there's going to be some components of it that they couldn't prepare for. Some opportunities may come up. Some situations may come up, negative and positive. We all have lived our life, and we hope for more negative suddenlies and negative changes. We look for more positive, and sometimes, depending on your mindset, you expect the negative because you just don't have so much negative. But we want that positive change, that sudden increase in your money, that check in the mail, that good news about your family, good news about your career. We want that. We welcome that, you know. Even if some people don't benefit from it, or it means that sudden impacts their life, but you excited for it. And I can see like that with Nick Williams, like it can impact the program with him being the top recruiter and taking some of those players with him. But hey, I just got promoted. Celebrate me. I just got a defensive coordinator. That's the highest position I've held. This is what I'm working towards. Maybe I want to be a head coach one day. And that's that double-sided nature of it. It's like on one side, it's a positive for me and a negative for you. Let's just be glad for the positive, you know, and hope that we got the ability to make up for things that ain't the timing just ain't quite right, or the situation ain't right. You know, hopefully you don't get too many of those. But that's life, man. We all got some things that is gonna change for the good, for the bad, maybe even indifferent. But it ain't just happening at Colorado. I got some things career-wise, opportunity-wise that's changing for me that I'm expecting to implement in the first of the year. And I look at it, it's positive, but it's going to have adjustments. Some of my free time, some of my family time, how is they going to look? My kids go to playing sports. I'm in control of it. How do I adjust it? Sometimes you have stuff that's positive and it still has seemingly negative impact on you because now you got to figure some other things out. Now you got to adjust some things. So it can have seemingly negative impact on you, on your energy. The fact that it demands that attention from you, even though it's designed to be positive. But we got to find a way to roll with it. We got to find a way to roll with Colorado as they roll with their changes. And man, we hope for the best. We hope it turn out the way they say it is. Try to be positive. Don't make everything into a negative. Same way we want to do in our own life. And with that, I'm Greg with Greg Said It. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Check out our sponsors in the description. And I'll talk to y'all soon.